Welcome back, everyone, to Better Day Podcast. My name's Katrina. I'm here with Leslie.
Hello, everyone.
And Anthony.
Hello, how do you do?
Welcome back, everyone. So last podcast, we talked about the holidays and mental health and kind of how to deal and cope with your mental health through the holiday season.
Right.
So we kind of wanted to continue that conversation and talk about how to embrace gratitude during the holiday season, which, we should be embracing gratitude throughout the year, but especially during the holiday season.
Right.
Yeah. So, Anthony, what does gratitude mean to you? And do you have a little story about how it's helped you around the holidays?
So gratitude for me is taking time to realize what all of the things that are afforded to you, especially for things that you might take for granted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, prime example would be like if you when you're at a stoplight, like right here on the corner. Usually, I'm at a stoplight, and there's a homeless guy there asking for change.
Right.
Taking that, you can look at that and develop gratitude from that, realizing like I'm glad I have a home to play, because that could be me in a different set of circumstances. So having gratitude in that regard, having gratitude for family members by just calling them, checking up on them, letting them know they're appreciated, and what they mean, and expressing to them what they mean to you. Just reflecting on all that you have, or all that you were able to enjoy as a result of either someone else or whatever was afforded to you.
Yeah. For me, specifically gratitude during the holidays, I spend a lot of time alone. My family's up north. So for me, I'm very big in the recovery community and fellowship. So I don't want to be alone. So I know that every year I usually have one or two dinners or get-togethers, fellowship, where other people who are alone can join.
You said a very powerful word,
What's
fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Fellowship is very important.
Yeah.
What about you, Leslie?
I was thinking, trying to summarize my logical side of my brain, but with gratitude, I think is the combination of both, and the balance of emotions as well. And I was thinking that it goes beyond just a simple thank you when it comes to gratitude, and it's to honor the people and experiences that make our life better.
Right.
I think that is super important, and that's why I see that is one of the main reasons I'm in a nonprofit, because oftentimes we get so caught up with work and we lost that touch of sense of humanity, and I think that's very important to keep that and to show the appreciation for just being here, being in this earth, and having this beautiful opportunity to have this life and the amazing people that we're surrounded with, which it could be you, Anthony, Katrina, and everybody that have come.
Well, first, let me say I'm grateful to be a part of For a Better Day Foundation, and I'm grateful for all the things that we do in helping, raise awareness for mental health. But not only that, we're helping the kids as well too. Right.
Yeah, we're very active, and sometimes we just mentioned that before, is that we take a lot of, as human beings, and especially people here in the United States, that we're very, very blessed to have the opportunity that we have and being in a country of the opportunities. I think we take a lot of things for granted here, more so than anything else. And I think even, just a simple text message from a friend, sometimes saying, hey, how you doing? Hey, you're important to me. Sometimes I do that randomly to different friends, and it's just so touching to get the responses that they get. It makes me feel that, receiving their responses make me feel super special. And like you mentioned, organizing community initiatives that, is gratitude for, that involves giving back and showing truly care to the community and to those that are vulnerable.
And, practicing gratitude, it definitely affects your mental health in a positive way.
Yes.
Of course.
Definitely. I think it also shifts your mental perspective as well. So like if you are more grateful for things, you tend to focus more on because I'm of the belief that what you focus on or what you think about, you'll get more of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you focus on problems, you'll have more problems.
Right.
But if you're focused on what you're grateful for, you focus on the positive things, and you're grateful for those things, and you'll see more of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing like how you see the new car, like you might get a new car, and then you see that car everywhere in traffic.
You're like, I never saw this before.
Yeah, it's what you're focused on.
Right.
Right.
It's actually, there's a lot of studies that shows that if you're negative all the time, you're actually not gonna get any better, and you're gonna end up getting more depressed. And there's a lot of studies that shows that gratitude have a 23% lower levels of stress hormones, and also 25% happier overall. And so that's huge. Gratitude helps to reduce anxiety, depression, increases resilience, and even improves relationship with those around us.
No, but that's I don't know. I gotta ask you a question. Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where, like for example, you're either like tired or drained or just not feeling up to it, but then you make a phone call or you get a phone call for somebody, and then you maybe have a discussion for like 30, 40 minutes, and then after you hang up, you're like, hey, I feel better.
Yeah.
Like, So it happens to me on the way. I have a long commute to work. I commute between an hour and to 2 hours, depending on traffic, each way, every day. It's probably like almost 4 hours in traffic. But a lot of times, sometimes I get sleepy on the road. Or I'll be tired or whatever. And I get a phone call from somebody or I call somebody, and we have like a long conversation. Somebody I haven't talked to in a while, and we'll have a long conversation. And then it's like afterwards, I'm like, hey, you know what? Hey, it's not that bad. And it helps the time pass. And on top of that, I get to connect with that person, and I figured everything out. We have a concession. We have a discussion. I get an update. Oh, that's going on. Oh, that's great. You're sharing their success with things. If you're, genuinely happy for them, being happy for somebody else helps you out a lot too. So, yeah.
That works because I always get happy when one of my friends, get something accomplished or even get a house or I am generally like jumping up and down. Sometimes,
gratitude for others,
let me tell you. And also, of course, like you said, sometimes unexpected, all of the sudden I receive an email, like I'm down. I'm like, my energy is completely gone. And I'm like, I need to relax. I need to rest. But then all of the sudden I check my email and there's something that I have to be grateful. Let me tell you, I don't know where I get energy. I start jumping up and down and start doing a silly dance. But all of a sudden, I'm like 100% ready to go. Again.
You just got that like extra wind.
Right. Second wind. Yeah.
Seriously, I don't even know where that energy comes from, but I'm like, good to go.
What do they call it? The release of endorphins, release of dopamine.
Yeah, but I think there's something more to that than just like it's like it's like a resonance. A resonant frequency, sharing vibration. Just like in a negative, where you can have a good day. Yesterday, primary was probably a really bad example of the opposite effect, which we wouldn't talk about. But ultimately, I think it that's the other thing too. So when you are grateful, or you can call somebody to show that you're grateful for having them be a part of your life, or that you're just thinking about them. A lot of times, what happens too is you get a good release from that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, Leslie. You're happy that somebody else is succeeding. That makes you happy.
And it's all about, I believe in energy too. I believe in God. I believe in energy. I'm grateful to God for everything. And, I respect everybody's religions and everybody believes. But I'm very faithful, to God. And I believe in the universe, and I believe in energy. And I think that vibration from people and the energy from people are really contagious.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand that can be challenging on the holidays, because what are the holidays known for, right? It's like, buy this, buy that, Black Friday, fighting people for TVs. Which can make it very difficult to be grateful. I remember one time I tried to participate in Black Friday.
Oh no!
And I boycotted it.
Did you get trampled?
No, it's a silent. No. So what happened was I was actually living in Orlando at the time. and I had to work Black Friday. So we were having Thanksgiving with my family. I was with my brother at the time, so we were having Thanksgiving. And after Thanksgiving dinner, I said, I know Walmart's going to open up early. They're going to have some TVs. Maybe I'll go get me a TV or something, right? Because I still had the TV with the big back, big back TV.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get me a TV. They say they have like a $200, $300 TV. Of course, it's never gonna be. It's not anything any good. That's cheap, in my personal opinion. But maybe now it's better. But so I went to Walmart and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get in line. And they said that night that they were gonna start giving TVs away, and they're gonna start Black Friday that night because Walmart was 24/7.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I get there. There's a lot of people everywhere. There's stuff piled up, packed up everywhere. And I'm looking like there's no line. And I'm like, but then again, the TVs are gone.
Oh.
And I'm like, you guys didn't even start handing them out yet. They're like, oh, no, what happened? Somebody started a riot. Or there was like a full brawl that started. So they just started giving everything away to get people to stop like fighting and stuff. So everything was gone. And I'm like, I'm like, what? And I was like, this is what you're doing on Thanksgiving? And I'm like, you know what? I will not participate or partake ever again. This is insane. So yeah. But no, it's that's the complete opposite, obviously. But it's important to be grateful for what you have instead of doing that. Now you have Cyber Mondays.
Yeah. Love Cyber Mondays.
I'm thankful for that.
That's talking about going back to like what we were talking about on last week's podcast is the expectations. And the obligations that you feel. So,
got to get rid of those.
Yeah. And, around the holidays, we're talking about gratitude. It's not, how do I say this? You're not obligated to extend gratitude. It shouldn't feel like an obligation. It shouldn't feel like a chore.
It's not gratitude.
That's not gratitude.
Yeah. That's why I don't participate in Christmas. Yeah, I boycotted Christmas. Yeah, I'm the Grinch without the Grinch. Yeah, no, I mean, my logic for it, I think we probably talked about it briefly, is that I love and care a lot. I love and care about a lot of people in my life. And I'm be honest with you, I'm very functional person, and 90% of the stuff it's not to sound ungrateful, but I like to have stuff that I utilize. So 9 times out of 10, if I need something, I'll get it. And if it's not that, or maybe it's something heartfelt, because I do appreciate gifts of thought. Yeah. Or maybe around birthday or whatever, but I don't require it from people. But me not celebrating Christmas isn't on anything other than the fact that I don't want you to overextend yourself to try to get me something when come January 1st, it's going to be difficult. Or, we're turning that 1 year corner and then you don't have nothing in the bank. I've seen people do it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm appreciative, but don't do that. Because I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Just the best thing you can do for me is a gift, take care of your family.
So. I think focusing on experiences is huge. And I think we should start a movement rather than material things, because we are a country that is very materialistic, and focus on experiences and exchanging kindness, love, and I'm having fun
and being present.
Having fun. I mean,
boycott
I love
Christmas.
Fun. Well, I'm not saying boycott Christmas.
Yes, I'm saying
remember, you're an adult. There's still little kids that need it.
No, I get it.
Well, and we, in the religious aspect of Christmas
the meaning
as
of
well,
it.
Right, in the actual meaning.
Right.
But Anthony, you're talking about that and the expectations, and we really do need to acknowledge all of those stressors that can make a person boycott per se.
Yeah, before I got to that point, I just said boycott Christmas. But I'm extreme, so.
But no, I was thinking is like you said, people. It's not necessarily boycotting Christmas. It doesn't have to be negative.
No, I know.
It actually, we can turn that into positive. Just like chilling, having I mean,
just
I hope it gets a little cold and we can have
it.
some fire and go be around. Having.
Something
marshmallows, burning marshmallows, pretending we're up north, but we're in Florida.
So
we can turn the AC really high and then just put a fireplace on the TV.
Yeah, because it's in Florida. We don't open the freezer.
Open the freezer.
But those are
I'm
about making
grateful for
fun
the AC.
memories.
I'm so grateful for AC. I don't understand. I'd rather be cold than hot. I don't.
No,
get it,
I don't like cold.
I'm always cold, and
rather
I
be
am
hot.
super. By the way, I am super grateful for the people around me that have to put up with me when I'm freezing, and they have to be able to stand the AC on 78.
I do not like being cold. I will take 78 all day long.
So I think my experience is opposite, and I said that wrong. I'd rather be hot than cold.
Oh, okay.
Because you can cool yourself off easier than you can warm yourself.
Warm yourself up, I guess.
Because I'm confusing it because being indoors, I'd rather be cold. I don't know. The reason why I say that is because we had, I used to work in a place that they had temperature controlled. So you couldn't change the AC. So I just bring a jacket if I was cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier that way versus like if you're hot, you put a fan on you, you're still hot.
You're still hot. Yeah.
There's not much you can do to cool yourself down. You have to drink cold stuff. And even then, it's just like you're still sweaty.
I mean,
yeah.
even the weather right now is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Right now is so nice.
It
here.
really is.
It is. That's why I love Florida. Couldn't leave.
Yeah, it cooled off a little bit. Today was beautiful.
I love Florida,
I wanna see
but
snow.
So grateful for the weather.
Go in the freezer.
showing gratitude.
But yeah, but one the most cherished moment, the most moment I'm grateful for, and actually this is what probably started me on this path, right? I was in college and I went to go visit my family in Georgia. And I remember it being the most beautiful thing ever. And I'm like, yo, this is the only thing I would ever want for Christmas.
What is that?
Is to be with my family.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
because it's like no gifts, it's nothing. That's the fun. It was really, and I realized that funny thing about Christmas, I never enjoyed like the gifts as much as I did the excitement of being with my family.
Yeah.
And then you can have that anytime. Like we just had my uncle just recently had his birthday. I don't know which number. I feel terrible for it, but we all were sitting around. We went to hibachi. Went to have dinner and we're sitting around and we enjoyed that.
That's great.
And then I think we did that like almost every year, but you still enjoy it nonetheless. So like I think increasing more of that year round would kind of take away the negatives that come with the expectations of the holiday
And
season.
those things are free. You know, I mean, just
Yeah.
having people around, having those type of conversations are free. What I love sometimes about the holidays is when I go to my sister's house, for instance, and my sisters bring back memories when I was a kid and I used to do silly things that sometimes there's one of my sisters that her memory is like, it's like a recording machine. She remembers every detail and I'm like, yeah, you did this, and she starts singling out and then we started cracking up and laughing. And my other sister, on the other hand, she's always so structured and she does this and that. Like during New Year's, the grapes, we have a lot of traditions and she maintains that. That's why I like going to her house and celebrate the stuff there, because both of them bring different initiatives, but they're just as lovely, and keep the family traditions in their own way going. I like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Leslie, you were talking about sending a text to someone. What are some other things that that we can practice during the holidays for gratitude? I know, like for me, I like to journal, or during the holidays, I like to send cards to family.
I do that too, and you know what? I find it very easy nowadays with emails or text messages. I create like what is it called? Those
like one of the cards.
those cards, yeah, those cards that you can use send out to massive emails, and I sometimes I send that, but with with the close people that I have around me, I really customize it and personalize it because I pick a different message for each individual person because not everybody's the same.
Right.
I'm not gonna send you, Katrina, the same thing that I'm gonna send Anthony.
Right.
So I try to make that, but I think that is important, and also important to. In this path with the nonprofit, we have come across a lot of people in recovery, a lot of people that are struggling with healthcare. So just to reach out to them, like today, I was so grateful that I had the opportunity to help somebody that was going through trying to get healthcare for her daughter that is over 50 years old. And actually, the people from Eat Well
Live Well, Eat
Live
Well.
Well referred this client to us,
Right.
and nobody was able to help her. And then she got insurance, and I'm actually helping her get somebody that will be able to provide her daughter with primary care, and then the other support that she needs. And that alone, it gives me such a good satisfaction that I was able to do something that perhaps many people were not able to do, and that lady's in the path to get the help that she needs.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna send her a message for Thanksgiving, and I hope she, she can get everything taken care of, because I know that was a big challenge for her.
And you just filled that gap.
I
You
hope
helped-
I did.
you
I'm
helped
still working on it, but I'm grateful, because I know that God would put things and people in my path to be able to help those people that they need the help that they need.
Yeah, with a better day, we have a lot of resources between us. And I know you touched base. We talked about this in the past. One of the first podcasts is we do. Each of us brings something different to the table. And I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
What are some other things that you can think of that we can practice during the holidays? You know,
I really want to do a roundup with people that they can reach out. Maybe pick a day, maybe before Thanksgiving is, we're a few days away from Thanksgiving, but maybe before Christmas, so we can get to meet people, and even people that they would like to participate, maybe at the roundup at the beach, or something with a team, that meet people that are willing to be part of the nonprofit of this mental health movement to support others. That I would like to do. I would like to also do a walk eventually. But
yeah, we can. And that's actually a great idea. We could do a gratitude walk.
that would be amazing.
You know, the funny thing about the gratitude walk, there is one that they do in the city of Tamarack. It was I don't remember the lady's name who organized it, but it was introduced to me via Elvin Villalobos. And basically they meet at the park, and they go through gratitude walks, and she's wonderful. I want to connect you with her. I gotta find her number on my phone. I really do, because I did an event. They did an event. I think that every year they do an event, like a bigger event, where they go through all the people in the gratitude walk, and it's like just me, because I was there taking photos, but just hearing how much of an effect that having gratitude can help with whatever you're going through. It's like usually the most I would say it's probably the most helpful thing you can have, especially in shifting your perspective away from the issue temporarily, while realizing that you have things that you can look forward to, as well as when it comes to, especially when people share stories as well too. But yeah, that's really important. I saw that and I was like,
the weather is beautiful. The opportunity to interact with other people, that is also very good for people's mental health. There's still people that I come across that is still is still isolated.
Yeah, especially during the holidays.
Yeah, and then that creates more depression, and there more challenges when it comes to their mental health. So I think if we can do something, it's not that. I mean, we can still do it.
Yeah,
November.
Yeah,
maybe we can start like a month from today.
Yeah.
Maybe mid-December. That would be something good.
Yeah, Anthony, if you could connect us.
Yeah, definitely will do. I think they do it first. I think it's either first or second Saturday of the month.
I didn't even know there was a such thing as gratitude walks.
Do they do it every month?
They do it every month, from what I understand. Yeah,
okay.
I got it. I have her email. I can get in contact with her. But no, that was it was definitely one thing. I think the first time I met them, I was out there, and it was just like, I'm like, hey, everything's great. You know what I'm saying? It's like a great vibe. It's outside. It's a Sunday. It's a Saturday morning. But yeah, that was really nice.
Another good thing that I personally like to do every day, whether it's sometimes I do it in the morning, sometimes I do it at night, but I share with someone, and I don't keep it to myself. I share with someone what I'm grateful for that day. And sometimes I do morning and night, because you have to remember that, I wake up and the first thing I do is pray and thank God for another day. Right. So your gratitudes in the morning are very different from the gratitudes at night.
Yeah, gratitude in the morning is and maybe I should share it. I should maybe share it with my wife. She's like, Like it's so beautiful. But maybe I should share more with her. But I am great. I do realize and be great, and I am grateful for a lot of things. I just used to doing it internally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is good when you actually vocalize it and share it with people.
Mm-hmm. I find when I share it with someone else, I tend to feel even more grateful,
Mm-hmm.
and then that person kind of feeds off me.
Yeah, you create a good. Create like a positive environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am very grateful for your wife too. She has a lot of patience. If people would know, what it takes to do this, and she's here and she's supporting you. Thank you.
I'm grateful for my baby. Oh, so I got a quick story. Let me tell you what she did, by the way.
Oh.
She loves to do. Yeah, so we won't tell everybody. So it's a really great thing. So it was recently I had came from a day of work. I got home late, and what she likes to do and the way she likes to show her appreciation is in notes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So when even when I was with my mom and she would come over, like I would probably go out to the store, leave her in my room or something, and I come back and there'll be sticky notes everywhere. Or I'll take her home and I'll find a sticky note that's like, I love you, you're appreciated, and stuff like that. So recently, what Saturday, what she did was I came home to like paper on the floor. Mm-hmm. And it was like a trail of like affirmations or like appreciations. Oh, you're appreciated. Thank you for how hard you work and all that other stuff. So it's like, that was amazing.
I like you even more.
Yeah. So
you know what?
She does
That's
that.
good.
I don't want to disclose that if I'm in a relationship or not to everybody. But when I was in a serious relationship, I like those little details, and I'm very sweet sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like, you know what, that's a great idea. Maybe this will be one of our next podcasts, is talking about the different
interactions with
for relationships.
yeah, we all have, just slipped my mind.
Looking for a specific word.
Yeah, there was a specific word. Love language.
Love language.
We all have different love languages.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I like
it's
to cook
good.
too.
And I know you're my love language.
I think food is every guy's love language. Really, I don't.
It sure is mine. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Sometime.
I'm very detail oriented too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. You know, another. You guys just made me think of something. Leslie, you were talking about getting together and being together is free. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of other stuff you can do that are very, very meaningful, that are free, or very inexpensive.
Yeah. So an example. Going to the beach. We have 2 spots at the beach. Mm-hmm. There's like, you've got a pier. Something about water. I don't know what it is, but something about water is very calming. That's why I think that's why you see waterfront properties are like it's really expensive, especially when it comes down to South Florida, because we be having hurricanes and that's like the first place to get hit. But obviously, people still want to live there. Mm-hmm. But there's something calming about going for a walk on the beach. Mm-hmm. Whenever, especially if you're going through whatever you're going through, especially with your significant other, and then shifting focus to what you are grateful about.
That's a holistic way to ground yourself.
Yes.
The connection that you have, you're barefooted with earth. Mm-hmm. That it's actually therapy.
It's very grounding.
Yeah, no, I think there's something also.
It neutralizes negativity. It releases. Mm-hmm. I mean, it helps you.
So every night I take a walk with the dogs with no shoes on.
Grounding.
I ground myself every single night. Every night. There's something else that, have you ever heard of a gratitude jar? So a gratitude jar, this is kind of cool. So gratitude jar is absolutely free. All you need is paper and pen. So when you get together, or you can do it at the beginning of the holidays, and then at Christmas you do this. But so you get together and everyone writes a memory on a piece of paper and you put it in a jar. And then when you decide, you sit around with your family or friends and you pull each of them out, but you don't know whose is whose. And you get to tell the story of someone else's gratitude.
That's actually dope. I think I know it's about Thanksgiving time, but I think that's actually way better than Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. That sounds way more fun and interesting.
Yeah, that's a really cool
gratitude jar for Thanksgiving. Oh.
That's a really cool
Or
one.
during Thanksgiving, you indulge yourself too. You can get to eat. And I'm waiting for your cookout.
You're waiting for my food.
Oh, yeah.
Katrina, I mean, that was good.
A
Yeah.
good stuffing and gravy and turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah. Another inexpensive thing that's really fun is the white elephant. Have you heard of that?
I've done so for the first time last year at work. I did that, and I wasn't gonna participate because I don't do Christmas, but I'm actually gonna participate in that this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
All you need is one simple little
one simple gift.
gift.
And I think that takes. So I really like the white elephant, and the reason why it takes the emphasis off the gift, and then you have more fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot more fun, and basically someone brought an extra gift. They were supposed to bring one, but they brought two. So they're like, "We need somebody else," and they're like, "We'll take you in," and it was fun. It was.
And if you don't know, to the listeners, if you don't know what the white elephant game is, you sit around in a circle, like you said. Everyone brings a gift. Doesn't matter what it is. Wrap it, and then you sit in a circle and you pull numbers, and they go in order. You get to pull a gift, and the next person either gets the choice to steal it or choose another one.
Yeah. The only thing with us, they didn't wrap it, so they knew what you had, and they tried, and that was the thing. People's gift would get stolen, but you can only steal twice.
Yeah.
So if you stole the gift the second time, you get to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fun. We like to do that too.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
Any other ideas that you can think of that are inexpensive or
Mindfulness moments.
Yeah.
So I think sitting around, especially, you could do this for Thanksgiving. Well, you have gratitude for Thanksgiving, but mindfulness moments would probably be great for Christmas, right? Yeah, especially to sit around the Christmas tree and reminisce about and be on the times you're grateful for Christmas in the past, right? So being mindful of the things you got, Also, I think a lot of that being having those mindful moments will also help you reflect and maybe remove the pressure of some of the expectation of Christmas. You could probably think about it as your kid, how you wanted something really, really bad, and then you got it, and then I'm like, oh, where is it now? I only had it for 3 months,
right?
And then it broke, or I didn't, Then it kind of would, remove some of the pressure because you realize, okay, really what I value was the time we spent together. Right?
And all that money, what was that money used for? A gift that's gone in 3 weeks.
Yes. We spent all that money, and then you got, baby's first Christmas, and they play with the box.
And also, I think that would be super important that maybe we can start with expressing our emotions and our appreciation to people that we love. Just letting them know how important they are, what they do. I think that is sweet and important during this time. And a lot of times people don't like to share, don't like to to say, I love you, I care about you.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
And speaking of that, the holidays are difficult, and you do have to acknowledge that sometimes they are difficult for certain people, depending on where you're at. So no matter where you're at, just honor where you're at. Honor where you're at. Allow yourself to feel exactly what you feel, and just be grateful for what you have and what's around you. And if you don't know where to start with the small things.
Yep.
And let me tell you, a hug. Just a hug is so important. I was at an event yesterday. It was a networking. It was not a really networking event. It was more like a Shark Tank, okay? and I was in a FPL building. It was a very interesting event. And one of the presenters introduced herself. We started having a conversation, and towards the end, I said, "Okay, it was so nice meeting you. It was a pleasure meeting you." And we exchanged LinkedIn accounts. And at the end, we both looked at each other. We were going to shake hands. And I was like, you know what? I'm a hugger. And she says, oh, so am I. Aww. And then we hug. and that was so nice because nowadays people are so restrain themselves from, being affectionate.
Right.
And maybe that's something.
Very standoffish as well, too.
Yeah.
So those are things, of course, with, make sure that you're not intrusive to the other person,
right?
But if the other person is respecting boundaries, if the other person is willing to give you a hug, why not give a hug?
Yeah, I always ask. I feel like giving you a hug. Can I give you a hug?
I think a lot of people will like my hugs.
I like your hug.
Right. So I have a question for
Yeah.
you, Katrina.
Yeah, sure.
How has gratitude, or how can you say, has gratitude positively impacted your mental health?
Personally, my mental health. So I would say for me personally, I have to stay very mindful. I suffer from chronic depression all my life, and that's what a big reason I live here in Florida, because the seasons do affect that. And for anyone who thinks we don't have seasons here, they're wrong, because we do.
Hot and hotter.
Hot and hotter, yes. So, but for me, I have to stay very mindful. So that's why when I told you, start with the small things, honor where you are, because those are things that I mindfully do. I'm honoring exactly where I'm at today, whether it's good, bad, wherever it's at, and then I'm staying grateful. First thing I get up, wake up in the morning is I pray and thank you for another day, because not everyone gets that. I walk outside, the sun's shining. I acknowledge those things.
Right.
It's a lot of acknowledgement, mindfulness, and staying very present, because I'm a very busy woman. So I'm go, 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 go. Sometimes you just need to stop.
Right.
And so for me, if I just stop for a second, and for me, I'm very structured. So I like to start my morning very slow and end my day very slow. And I'm grateful for the morning, and I'm grateful for the evening.
Perfect. Yeah. Getting through the day and everything like that. That I think is very profound. How about you, Leslie?
What do you mean?
How has gratitude positively impacted your mental health?
I think it's huge. I think just from, like Katrina said, from the moment that we wake up, that you have good health, because you can make money, but if you don't have good health, I think that's a challenge, and that's a blessing on its own. And I mean, from the moment I open my eyes, the first thing is like I see the light of a new day. That's why the organization is called For a Better Day. There's so many opportunities to make things better than the day before, and become a better person from the experiences that and then don't look back. I mean, I'm grateful for things that perhaps made me cry, because those things made me a better person, and I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for perhaps people that came across my life, either if it was an influence that make me cry or make me happy, and those things shape me who I am. And I'm super grateful for every day that I'm able to be healthy and be able to do what I do, and the experiences that we have, because everything is uncertain, and you can come across every day with circumstances that are completely unexpected. But have faith in God, and then I know that things always work out for the best for me, and things happen for me. Things don't happen to me. Things happen for me.
Things are working out for your good.
Yeah. So
one thing that you said before I answer that, you said that stuck out to me is being thankful for the things that made you cry. That's deep.
Yeah, I like that.
Because they made you who you are.
They made you grow.
You got a lot of growth, and that's the thing. I realize if you look at it from, even if you take it from a business perspective, things can't be positive all the time. It's the contrast that makes it so happiness all the time without the ups, without the downs, are nothing more.
How would you know what are the ups if there's no downs? Right.
You have nothing to it's relative, so you have nothing to compare it with.
Right.
So when it's good to be appreciative of the down times, because the up times are really powerful.
Right.
At that point, especially where it brings you to and the growth that you experience. There's like a blessing in every drawback. You just got to make sure you're looking for it, you don't miss it. But yeah, to answer the question, how has gratitude positively impacted my mental health? Yeah. I think for me, it's the only way I get through. And the reason I say that is because I want to be and make sure that my family is taken care of financially And so there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, especially in, economy or whatever the case may be. But if you're and one thing I realized, especially I notice about people who are well-off millionaires, you got some people that say they're chasing 1,000, and some people are chasing 1,000,000, and some people are chasing 1,000,000,000. So you have millionaires chasing billions, you have billionaires chasing whatever. It's always going to be more, and the thing that they lack is gratitude. So what I say would keep you sane in that pursuit is gratitude, because if you don't have it, you're just going to drive yourself insane, and then people are going to be looking at you like, well, what is going on with him? He has a lot.
All this.
But it's all that you can't appreciate. You have it, but you can't appreciate it because you don't know what gratitude is.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's one of the most powerful things I think that keeps me sane and like me in my pursuit. Like for example, my first car. I know it's not as, deep or profound, but it's like my first car. I was grateful for that car.
Yeah.
Bought it cash. Is a 2002 Nissan Maxima. It's the best car in my eyes. Okay. And I would, every time I go somewhere, I look at, I'm thankful for that car. And then I realized I always want to have that feeling.
Yeah.
Because when you start having problems, you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
Tire going to go flat. Transmission might go out. Oil might start leaking. You know what I'm saying? Might throw a rod through the block. Engine might go out. But if you're thankful for it, then at least you can appreciate the time you did have. And then when you get something new, you're in a better position to appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah, because where I started, I'm like, oh, where you started is not where you're going to finish, especially if you're very appreciative of that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I challenge our listeners. You're listening to this I challenge you to create a gratitude list. Write down, 3-4 things that you are grateful for, leading up to the holidays, and maybe even start a journal with it. And it's good to look back and see how far you've grown as well. And I definitely, our listeners that are listening to this, I invite you to, send things in to us. Send your gratitude list if you'd like. Share it with us.
Leave it in the comments. I'll respond.
Yeah. Anthony's always out here.
Yeah, I'll respond. I get notifications.
Also, if they would like to discuss other topics, if you have any ideas, suggestions, please send them over.
Yeah, absolutely. So for our final thought, I definitely wanted to remind our listeners, be kind to yourself. Acknowledge this is your journey. This is your gratitude. Honor where you're at. This holidays are very impactful for us. So just be kind and be kind to each other. Definitely.
Let's focus on what truly matters.
Please.
Yeah, and gratitude is very, very important. It's almost like I could say indulging in gratitude is your way of showing appreciation to yourself in some way, form, or fashion.
Yeah, to yourself too. Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
This was a great conversation.
Everybody's living with it.
Yeah.
Smile in the face.
Of course. Leaving with some gratitude.
Exactly.
Bye,
So,
guys.
bye everyone. Until next time.